So I have a call option, which gives me the right to buy the stock at 50. The stock is priced at 55. So I'm sitting on an option that is in the money. That means I could exercise it right now if I want to, but for various reasons, you almost never exercise an option before the expiration date. Because if you exercise an option before the expiration date, what you're doing is you're giving up all that extra, the value, the time premium. You're giving up that extra value on the option that the market will pay you because you've got time left on it. More things can happen. It could go higher into the money. So instead of exercising options early, most investors don't do that. What most investors do is they sell the option. So if I have a stock that has, let's say I have a call option with a strike of 50, the stock price is 55. I can make $5 a share if I exercise that option now. How can I do that? Well, I got a right to go buy. It's almost like having a little coupon. I can go buy the stock for a discount for $50. I can sell it on the market for 55 and make $5. Well, I can guarantee you, from soup to nuts, that that option is not going to be priced at $5. It's going to probably have a price of maybe $6 or $7, depending on how much time is left on the option. If it has a lot of time left, if it has another 2 years left on it, it could be as high as $10. So if I want to make money, why would I just make the $5 when I could sell the option and make the 10? Because then you're selling the value and you're selling the time, right? But if you exercise, then you're killing the time. You're throwing the time in the garbage and you're just exercising the value. So that's why people don't exercise options early in most cases. Sometimes they do. There are rare exceptions. Most of the time they do not. One party of is the buyer of the option, the other party is the seller. You have to have a buyer and a seller of every financial transaction, just like a mommy and a daddy. When people tell you what the price of something is, the stock market has this habit of living in what could be considered the real world. The real world, by virtue, sometimes it's a fantasy world. Sometimes prices get higher than they should be, but it lives in the real world in the sense that you can never say that the value of an asset is higher than the price someone is willing to pay for it. Everyone doesn't have to be willing to pay that price. Just someone, the highest bidder, has to be willing to pay that price, and there has to be a transaction, and then that gives you information that tells you what that thing is worth. That's why it's very difficult to figure out what wealthy people are worth when they try to estimate their net worth. They can't do it very precisely because a lot of wealthy people don't sell their assets. That's how they stay wealthy. They buy, they borrow, and they die. So they just buy stuff and they hold it and then they borrow against it, and the only time that evaluation is estimated is when they're trying to assess it to maybe use it as collateral for a loan. But even then, that's not a precise estimate of the value. Valuation, or what they might also call price discovery, is a broad area of finance. That's one of the things that I specialized in, which is called asset pricing, figuring out what an asset's worth. Right. The best way to know what an asset's worth is to know what it's worth, right? To just go out here and say, okay, how much y'all willing to bid for it? Whatever someone bids for it, if a sales made at that price, you say, oh, there's the price. But what if you can't sell it? What if you just have to guess the price? It's like it reminds me of college football. There was a time where college football, the national championship wasn't settled on the field. The teams would play and they would vote to see which team was the best team in the country at the end of the season. It was frustrating. It was terrible. It was really stupid because the most logical way to find out who the best team is to get them on the field and let them play. And then the winner is the champion, right?